Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. Today, I'm going to be talking you through my Eonon 10.1 inch touchscreen head unit that I just bought for the Frontier. I had an Xterra previously, and I had another 10.1 inch Eonon unit in that, and I loved that thing. It was awesome. It updated the truck. You know, the old one was an 05, this is an 08. It's universal, so you can pretty much put it in anything that will take a double din, which is another great benefit to it. But the one that I got now is an upgraded version of the old one that I had. It's actually about 4 or 5 times faster than the old one was from a processing standpoint. So again, I'm going to go through all that stuff with you, but let's hop into the truck and take a look. All Things Overlanding is brought to you by some fantastic companies. You should definitely check out the description and click through their links to see all the awesome stuff they offer. Companies like Red Arc for all your overlanding power management needs. Last US Bag, tons of amazing quality overlanding bags. Rugged Bound Supply Company, rooftop tents, awnings, roof racks, and more. And Northology Overland, guided overlanding trips and a free overlanding magazine. Alright guys, so we are inside the truck. I literally installed this 2 days ago, so I haven't put the top back on the dash or anything yet. But I have sort of thrown everything back together just so it could function because I am on a trip right now. I'm actually out camping. So, this is the unit. I wanted to say I default for the most part to CarPlay. And when you turn it on, so I just turned on the truck, it remembers what you were doing last, right? So it right now is telling me please connect your phone because I generally connect it for CarPlay. They use this thing called Q-Link, so that was one thing that took me a second to kind of figure out because it's different than the old unit, is that if you want to hook up your phone, you actually have to go to this Q-Link app. You can customize this stuff, I just haven't really messed with it yet, but so all the way over here is Q-Link. So if you want to do CarPlay, this is where you go. You click on Q-Link, you connect your phone via the USB. There's a little USB thing here for CarPlay. And you just plug in your normal lightning cable for your iPhone if you're doing Apple Carplay. If you're doing Android, I think you may need to get some sort of a dongle, but just read the instructions or the description in the Amazon link down below to verify that it'll work with your vehicle. So anyway, so when you first turn on the car, it's going to go back to whatever you were on before. If you were on radio, it'll go back to radio. If you were on CarPlay, it'll go back to Q-Link. It's got just a ton of different settings in here, right? You've got Netflix, you've got Torque, which is what you use with the OBD reader that it comes with. So it comes with this, if you do the promotion, it'll come with this OBD reader. It'll also come with, and I don't have it installed yet, but it will also come with this front dash cam. So that goes up behind the mirror up there and faces forward, and that feeds into the radio too, so you can actually see it on your screen here. And then it also comes with a backup camera. Now, I've wired mine, but I wired it upside down, not realizing it, and it is also wired into my tail light, not my reverse light. So I can just turn on the lights here, and I can show you what it looks like. The quality is decent. It's not the best quality, but you can see it's upside down. I'm in the woods right now. So that's my spare tire right there on my swing out, and then that's the ground, so it's upside down. So all I have to do is switch it around when I get home. I didn't realize it until I got halfway here on my trip that it was upside down, but I'll just flip it really quick and it'll be fine. Again, it does have the lines though with it, which I really like, and you can also calibrate it. You can adjust it so that as you kind of turn, the lines will turn with it, which is a really nice feature. So when you go down to the Amazon link down below, if you're looking to get this radio and you want to get all those extra things, make sure that when you're on the page for the radio that you click on the little thing under the description or under the title that says additional promotions, and then down there it explains exactly how to do it. You basically add the 3 things to your cart, and then when you go to check out, it will give you a coupon code that makes all those things $0. I'll put the specs up on the screen here because they're really impressive. Again, my old one was maybe 2 gigs of RAM. This one is twice as powerful. So just an awesome head unit, especially for the money, right? I was looking at name brand head units like Kenwoods and Pioneers and Alpines. I mean, you're talking $500+ all day long, and they're great head units. Don't get me wrong. I ran those when I was a kid forever. But I had my last Eonon for a year and a half, and it was fine when I got rid of the truck. Still worked like a champ. Again, I bought this one. I soldered the connections and just wired it up. It's, maybe 9 or 10 things that you have to solder or connect. And I connected it to the harness that was already in the truck, brought it back out, plugged it in, and it worked the first time. Piece of cake. So anyway, so let's go back to home here, and let's just kind of talk through this. So this is kind of the launcher. You can change your colors and stuff really easily. You could just pick a different color. If you want it to be blue, you can do that. I kind of like this the red color, which I think is golden for some reason. No. Gules. I don't know why it's called Gules, but Gules is red. It does have, the option to add an additional memory card. Back behind the screen, there's a slot for a micro SD card. So you could throw an SD card full of music or movies in here, and you could watch, music. You could watch video, and it'll let you pick it from your card, which is pretty cool. Bluetooth, you can do the normal Bluetooth stuff like play music. You can call people, answer phones. There's the microphone. It comes with the microphone. It comes with GPS and Wi-Fi, which is really nice. And again, they make it super easy. On the back of the radio, there's only one place for each thing to plug in. So you basically plug in those things. It'll generate its own Wi-Fi that you can connect to. It'll generate its own GPS or connect to GPS on its own. So you could run, like location apps like Gaia and things like that on this unit, which is really nice. But you can see how fast it is. Like, that's the main thing I want to show you guys, is just how much faster this is than the old one. The old one was great too, but you can still do really cool stuff. So obviously I'm out in the middle of the woods. Now I have GPS, but I don't have internet. Like all Android head units, you do have access to the Play Store, so you can go there and download additional apps. So like, I will probably get Gaia and download it onto this. In settings, you've got a ton of different things that you can access. You do have the option for steering wheel controls, which is really nice. You can connect it to your Wi-Fi at home in your driveway. I've also connected the internet to my phone via piggybacking, via tethering, which is really nice. So even out here in the woods, I could still get, if I have reception, I can still get access to stuff. If you do want to change like your background and stuff, you just hold on the screen for a second and it'll let you pull up wallpapers. Again, via, they give you some here, but then via that hard drive, you could put, a different background on if you wanted to and make that your wallpaper. So kind of cool. Just going to do it just for fun. But so you can make your own background. You could throw in a picture of your car or whatever you want back there, which is pretty cool. Another thing that I really like about this radio, and I'm no sort of like audiophile or anything like that, but I do enjoy good music and good sound, is you have a full control of your audio settings. So you can even adjust how much bass goes to front or rear. You can set up your sound field and make it driver-centric or co-driver-centric or rear-centric or center position. Mine's just slightly towards the rear because I've got 2 tweeters up front, and then I've got door speakers and then just a pair of speakers behind me. So I've got 4 speakers in the front and 2 in the back. So I try and move it to the back a little bit just so it's not so overpowering. You can turn up your bass boost, and then your surround too. You can like adjust how far away you are from each speaker, which is pretty cool. And then you've just got your general sort of equalizer settings with a bunch of presets. So that's my setting, but then you've got, jazz, cinema, rock, all that stuff. So, kind of a typical suite, but I would say even a little bit more than a typical suite of stuff. But so again, you can see how fast the thing moves. I really like that. I like the customizability. I like, there's tons and tons of stuff. So I need to go through and clean out some of these apps because I'm probably never going to use a calculator in my car or anything like that. But you can customize all this stuff, which is cool. So, overall for a Nissan product, I've put these radios in an Xterra. I put them in a Frontier now, obviously. I'd say they probably fit in a Pathfinder too. Again, it really, really is easy to install, and it really updates the interior and just makes it a way better user experience and driver experience when you're driving your car. Alright guys, so that was the Eonon 10.1 inch touchscreen double DIN head unit. Again, I just wanted to kind of quickly walk you through some of the features. I wanted to show you what it looks like inside the truck. I have run these on multiple Nissans now. They both were super easy to install. You can literally connect like 10 wires. It's really not bad at all. So if you're looking for a simple, easy upgrade to really update the interior of your vehicle and bring in CarPlay and all that sort of stuff, I definitely recommend this unit. One thing to be careful of is it does say in the description something about wireless CarPlay. That's technically true, but it's through an app that they have called the Easy Connect app. I personally have not had a lot of luck with that. It just doesn't seem to work most of the time, so I don't really use it. I just plug in the phone via the cord. So just be aware of that. I know I've mentioned before, I think like, oh, great, it has wireless CarPlay. It's tricky. It's not the best. So aside from that, though, the thing works really, really well. It runs really, really fast, and it sounds great, and it was really easy to install. So again, for a few $100, it was a really nice upgrade for the truck. So I hope that gave you some good information. I hope that kind of showed you it in use and sort of gave you a good idea of what it's like to actually use. If you have any questions, post up in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer them. If you guys have used this head unit and you like it, post up and let me know your thoughts about it too, or if you've had any troubles with it. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Down in the description below are links to Facebook, Instagram, my podcast. I do a podcast every week. Also have a Patreon page where like weekend warriors and budget overlanders like myself come to hang out, kind of talk about future videos and talk about, you know, problems and issues and questions that they have. So definitely join that as well. And then last but not least, there is a link to my newbie overlanders page on Facebook. Totally free group, just come hang out. Newbies and experienced folks alike. The experienced folks help the newbies, but it's a more positive place than a lot of the larger groups. So if you're tired of, you know, being bashed for asking questions, feel free to come here and I will make sure that you don't get bashed if you ask a dumb question. So again, thanks for watching, and click that like button if you got value out of it. Click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you next week.